Everyone, myself Impana MG studying in Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering. Today I am going to talk about file attributes and permissions. Introduction to file attributes. File attributes are metadata that provide information about files' characteristics. They help the operating system determine how to handle files during operations. Common attributes include read-only, hidden system, and archive. What are file permissions? File permissions detect who can access and modify files and directorize. They are essential for maintaining security and data integrity in a system. Permissions can be set for users, groups, and others in a multi-user environment. Types of file permissions. The three primary types of file permissions are read, write, and execute. Read permission allows users to view the contents of a file. Write permission allows users to modify or delete a file. Understanding read permissions. Read permissions enables users to open and view the contents of a file. Without read permissions, users cannot access the file's data. It is crucial for files that need to be shared or accessed by multiple users. Understanding write permission. Write permission allows users to change or delete a file's contents. This permission should be granted carefully to prevent accidental data loss. Users must have write permissions to change to file. Understanding execute permissions. Execute permission allows users to run a file as a program or a script. Without this permission, users cannot execute applications or scripts. This permission is particularly important for software and batch files. User categories. In file permission systems, users are typically categorized into three groups: owner, group, and others. The owner is the creator of the file and has the highest level of control. Groups can include multiple users and share permissions collectively. Setting file attributes. File attributes can be set using file management tools and command line interfaces. Operating systems like Windows and Linux provide different methods for managing attributes. Understanding how to set attributes is essential for effective file management. Changing file permissions in Linux. In Linux, the command chmod is used to change file permissions. Permissions can be set using symbolic or numeric methods. Users must have the appropriate rights to change the permissions on a file. Changing file permissions in Windows. In Windows, file permissions are changed through the File Properties dialog. Users can modify permissions under the Security tab. Admin privileges are often required to change permissions for certain files. The importance of permissions. Properly set file permission help protect sensitive data from unauthorized access. They also prevent accidental modification by unauthorized users. A well-implemented permissions system is critical in multi-user environments. Common file permission issues. Misconfigured permissions can lead to security vulnerabilities. Users may face access denied errors if permissions are too restrictive. Regular audits of file permissions can help identify potential issues. File ownership. Each file has an owner. typically the user who created it. Ownership determines who can modify permissions on the file. Changing file ownership may be necessary when files are transferred between users. Special permissions in Linux. Linux has special permissions like setuid, set, setgid, and sticky bit. Setuid allows users to run an executable with the permissions of the file owner. The sticky bit is often used on directors to restrict the file deletions. File permissions best practices. Always follow the principle of least privilege when assigning permissions. Regularly review and update file permissions to ensure they remain appropriate. Educate users about the importance of file permissions and security. Role-based access control (RBAC). Role-based access control is a method for restricting system access to authorized users. Users are assigned roles which dedicate their permission levels. This approach simplifies permission management in complex environments. Auditing file permissions. Regular audits of file permissions help identify security risk. Auditing tools can automate the process of checking permissions. Maintaining logos of permissions changes enhances accountability and security. Tools for managing file permissions. There are various tools available for managing file permissions across platforms. Example include command line, utilities, GUI tools, and third-party software. Choosing the right tool depends on the user's technical expertise and needs. File permissions in cloud storage. Cloud storage services also implement file permissions for shared files. Users can set permissions for collaborators to view or edit documents. Understanding cloud permissions is vital for maintaining data security online. Conclusion. File attributes and permissions are crucial for data security and management. Properly configured permissions prevent unauthorized access and data loss. Continuous education and auditing of file permissions are necessary for effective security. Feel free to modify any of the content to suit your specific requirements or style. Thank you.